Welcome back to Iron Completionist, the series where I'm aiming to fill the collection log and do all of the completable, non-repeatable content in RuneScape. Over the last few months, this series has had a major focus on bossing and pretty serious content, so this week I want to mix it up and just work on a few things that seem fun and different. I know you guys have heard me say it a million times, but I am also so insanely close to 100,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it if you, yeah, I am talking to you, could hit that subscribe button for me if you're enjoying the content. Before we go any further, I want to take a minute to thank today's sponsor, Yahaha Studio. Yahaha is a brand new creation platform for 3D multiplayer interactive experiences, and the best part is that all of the content is user generated, meaning you can create and publish your own virtual experiences. There is absolutely no coding experience or server knowledge required to build anything. You just use the components and smart assets in Yahaha Studio to make your own games, so anyone can do it. Now you might be thinking, if there's only pre-existing assets, you're not going to have a lot of choice, right? Wrong. Yahaha provides you with millions of ready-to-use 3D assets that can be real-time streamed to your local client right when you need to use them. And when you're done and satisfied with what you've created, you can easily publish it to the Yahaha cross-platform app for both mobile and PC, where other players can discover your work and join to play. So if you guys want to support me and maybe try your hand at creating your own 3D experience for free, check out the link down below or scan the QR code on your screen. Thanks again to Yahaha Studio for sponsoring this video. I want to start this one off by introducing a bit of a different grind that I have not yet done on this account. And that different grind is right here at Kristelia, and it is Wilderness Slayer. Wilderness Slayer is really similar to Konar Slayer. You get random tasks, except it actually gives me the ability to get Larran's keys, and those Larran's keys can be used to hopefully get pieces of the Dagon High set. Every piece of this outfit has a 1 in 256 drop rate from the Larran's big chest found in the deep wilderness. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm going to go for the full outfit in one video. I'm not even going to pretend I'm going to sit here and grind until I get one piece. I'm just going to get Larran's keys until I don't really want to get Larran's keys anymore. And with the addition of things like Burst Slayer and Rev tasks existing, I feel like Wildy Slayer could actually be really fun, and I haven't done it in a long time. And one thing to mention is I'm probably not going to care too much about my block list for this. I know it's more efficient to just focus on having specific blocks. I might as I get further in, but as of right now, I'm not super concerned with it, though I can guess this opinion is probably going to change within like 5 or 10 tasks. Some of these tasks are also super quick, so even if I'm skipping tasks here and there, I honestly think I'm going to end up profiting a good amount of Slayer points here, which could be put to use when I'm looking for specific boss tasks later down the line. And the only downside to Wildy Slayer is I can't wear the best gear possible. Now, if I was a main, I probably wouldn't care about potentially losing like a couple mil if I get PK'd, but as an Iron, some of these items are just annoying to get back, so if you see me wearing really weird hodgepodge gear throughout this video, that would be why. I didn't actually expect to get one on this task, but there is our very first Larran's key. I'm hoping that we can get pretty lucky on these and I can get like maybe 50 or something out of the way early. I don't know. I'm also going to be doing some tasks not in the Wilderness Slayer cave because honestly, sometimes even though the drops are better and the Larran's key rates are better, I feel like the chances of dying there are also better. A few episodes ago I mentioned that I was AFK making tons of cannonballs and a lot of people were wondering why. And this is the main reason. Wilderness Slayer is sped up dramatically by having a cannon, so being able to use one is very nice here. So this clue scroll has actually given me an idea. I don't have a ring on currently because there's really not a lot of good rings that are low risk to be able to use. However, things in the Wilderness Slayer cave now have a chance of dropping Trover Parchments, Magic Shortbow Imbue Scrolls, and Ring of Wealth Imbue Scrolls. And the Ring of Wealth Imbued actually doubles your chance of receiving a clue scroll while in the wilderness. So if I wear that, I could actually get a lot of extra clues on this grind. A Scorpion's task. This is a good time to say that most of the time when I have the option of doing a boss variant in Wildy Slayer, I won't be doing it because Wildy weapons will just make it so much faster. However, with Scorpia, I might as well just do it because it's just such an easy boss and I'm missing both shards there still on the log, so I might as well just go do it. Having like a Thamron Scepter probably wouldn't even really speed this grind up at all, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just start here. Damn, okay, Elite Clue Nest and a Bird's Egg in the same birdhouse. That's beautiful. Actually also why I was picking up all of these Blighted Ancient Ice Sacks when I was doing my Rev grinds, or at least the ones I've done so far. And it's because when I'm in the wilderness, I can now just use Ice Barrage. This takes up less inventory and saves me runes, so it's just free real estate, baby. I just got a beginner clue from these little tiny scorpions in the room, and I'm kind of wondering if maybe this is a decent way to grind out beginner clues. mean, for all I know, this is like the Iron Man meta or something, but I don't know, that actually might be an okay way to do it. Here's our first Slayer's Enchantment since returning to Wildy Slayer. Don't think I have any use for those, so I'm probably just going to leave them on the ground. I really just can't see myself ever using the Enhanced Slayer Staff. I would say the only downside to doing this as a task at Scorpio is that sometimes the barrage kills the little 1 HP minions, so it doesn't all get used there, but if I do a bunch of Wildy Slayer, I'm sure that I'll just be able to passively get these Odium Shards knocked out. And here is our first task that I've been looking forward to, Jellies. Now, a lot of you guys are like, since when can you get Jellies? Well, the Wilderness Slayer Cave has actually been reworked some time ago, and now has things like Dust Devils, Jellies, and just barrageable Slayer creatures, which should make this grind a lot faster. Turns out I did already have a Ring of Wealth imbued in my bank, actually, probably from me doing this before when you could actually get like totems and stuff from Wildy Slayer, so I'll use this, might as well, get some more clues. Oh, well, would you look at that? I take the Ring of Wealth out with me, and I immediately get a Ring of Wealth scroll. Alright, cool. If I manage to not die on this trip, then I can take that with me to the bank, and then we'll have a backup for the future. Also, dude, okay, first of all, Larran's Key. This is so nice. I'm pretty sure the Superiors out here have guaranteed Larran's Keys as well. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But they just spit out Blighted Superstores and Blighted Food, so I really just don't even have to worry about supplies while I'm here. This is nice, dude. It's just pretty much self-sustaining outside of when I get attacked. Oh, and there's a magic shortbow scroll as well. Don't know if I'll ever use that, but I'll take 160k. Now, I definitely wouldn't mind getting handed some Trover parchments here, because if I'm just getting them from here and don't have to spend my LMS points on them, then it'll actually make me want to use them on things like my Infernal Cape and stuff, which will make other wilderness tasks faster. I actually totally forgot that I could get revs as a task, so I guess I'll figure out a setup to do this with, because yeah, I mean, I don't need a Slayer Helm, so I think I just wear the same setup that I normally wear and just kill 66 revs. I gotta say, if I'm going for like 50 Larran's Keys, this might take longer than I thought, because I'm on another Jellies task, and this is my 4th hard clue this task so far, which is just nuts. Well, there's another Larran's Key, but also another magic shortbow scroll, and I'm curious because maybe this is actually better DPS, or at least similar DPS to what I've been using at revs. So I'll probably look into that next time I go there and consider trying it out, because if I'm getting a lot of them anyway, I might as well use them, and I don't have to use whips this way. Hilariously enough, this is actually the first superior that I've had in all of my Wildy Slayer tasks so far, and I already have like 15 or 20 keys. But these are really nice because they do have a guaranteed Larran's Key drop, and maybe a guaranteed roll on like the Trover Parchment table and all that stuff, I'm not really sure. Oh, no way. I actually got a Dust Battle Staff from that thing? Oh, that's unfortunate. I think I actually don't have the missed one in the log, so it'd be really funny if I end up getting the Imbued Heart while doing Wildy Slayer. That was the best bait of my life. I love it. I don't care that I snorted at the end of that clip. That was funny as hell. I actually totally forgot that Cristelia can assign Hill Giants now. This is really good for me, believe it or not, because Hill Giants means that I can just get some extra keys for Obor, which I still don't have the Giant Club, or Hill Giant Club, or Obor's Club. I don't know what the heck it's called, but yeah, they're stackable now too, so this should be pretty nice. Dude, this task is insane. It's my first Dust Devils task, and this is my 5th Larran's Key. I'm actually really debating banking, because I'd be really upset to lose 5 keys, but I have never had a task like this before. This is actually crazy. Now, the attentive amongst you might have noticed I actually forgot to bring a teleport, which would have really sucked, because I have 7 Larran's Keys. That task was phenomenal, and I don't think will ever be beat. Wait, what? What? Well, based on the fact that I didn't get a collection log pop-up, I'm assuming I already have this one. But I just got a champion scroll from an Ice Giants task. I could maybe get that champion scroll like here on a zombies task. That'd be pretty good, because I actually still need the champion scroll from these guys. So looky there, that's a dragon spear. Alright. My god, I did not realize you got so many points for Wildy Slayer. That's my 50th task, and 375 points for that. Bringing us well over 3,000. Okay, I mean, that's definitely a nice little benefit of doing this. Oh boy, 240 Dust Devils. That's going to be a fun one. Had to go and mine some more red topaz because I just completely ran out of burning amulets to teleport around in the wilderness, but I think my Larran's Key goal is going to be 50. I've actually been doing this for like 25 plus hours, few days at this point. And despite that one really good task, most of the time I'm getting 0 to 1 key per task. So, yeah, hopefully this Dust Devil task can carry, though. The burst tasks are really where you get a bunch. Oh, hey, look at that. Finally got myself a Trover Parchment. I'm actually not going to put that in my my looting bag, because I only have 3 items protected right now. But Trover Parchment is really, really good to get, and I'm very happy that I finally got one. I'll explain it in a little bit once I'm not in the wilderness. Alright, well, 3 seconds later, I've gotten my, like, 3rd or 4th hard clue of this task, so I guess I can explain why this is so useful right now. The basic summary is that this will allow me to use certain items in the wilderness that I otherwise would not have been able to use. Like, if I use this Trover Parchment on my Infernal Cape and then pay a decent bit of money, I can't remember how much it is, it's either like 500k or 1 million GP, I then won't lose it if I die. Now, I'm pretty sure that if I die with it, I do lose the imbued status of the item, but it could still be useful for situations like maybe if I'm camping KBD on this account in the future, I'll probably use it on like my Infernal Cape and things like that, so that in case I get killed running over, I won't have to worry about, you know, losing my Infernal Cape. Now, this is a task that I'm really, really excited to do. I really hope there wasn't some kind of extension on here for Chaos Druids, though I don't see why there would be, because they're only assigned from here. But Chaos Druids are fantastic. It's an incredibly AFK task that I can do with the Elder Chaos Druids, and I'm pretty sure it's in the miscellaneous section here, or maybe there's just a section for Chaos Druids. There actually is. There are 3 pieces of the Elder Chaos Robes. I'd love to get any of them. Well, unfortunately nothing there, and if I ever manage to be able to pick up my cannon, that is, however, my 50th Larran's key, so I'm going to go find some very, very tanky gear and go open all these up. This setup seems pretty tanky, and then I have the Ellie and the Staff of the Dead spec if I really need it, so let's go ahead and go crack these bad boys open. Alright, 1 piece of Dagon High is all I'm asking for, and honestly, I don't even deserve it, but I would happily take it. This loot's actually kind of nuts, though. I'm not gonna lie. Four dragon fruit tree seeds, 5 snapdragon seeds. Oh my god. Alright, the gold ore just instantly... Okay, well, now I'm just getting nothing but gold ore. I was gonna say, the gold ore instantly makes it kind of crap, but the seeds and stuff I'm getting from this are insane. I'm gonna be pretty curious what this price track's gonna end up being. Alright, 8 more keys. Pure Essence, gross. Rubies, gross. Flower seeds, not particularly useful for me either. Alright, last 3. Anything good? Please? Unfortunate. Ew, monkfish. That's kind of weird that I can even get that. Alright, well, unfortunately, we did not get a piece of Dagon High. But, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's like 1 in 200 something for any specific piece. So it's probably like 1 in 80-ish. Or, you know, any non-specific piece. So we're not even at the rate yet, but this was a few days of Wildy Slayer. I probably didn't show most, if any, of the clips, but I got attacked quite a bit, even on the 2.2k worlds. I tried some random worlds as well, but you still get attacked there just by people in substantially worse gear, and they're easier to get away from. And as for the total loot from 50 Larran's keys, 7.2 mil plus the probably a couple 100k I have over here as well. So just about 8 million GP. That's actually really not bad at all, considering I pretty much used no supplies to do this, since everything you get is basically just refunded back to you thanks to Blighted Superstores and the Blighted food drops from the Wilderness Slayer Cave. So now it's time to move on to something else, since I have not, I don't think, gotten any collection log slots this video, which is a little unlucky because I had a few Scorpion tasks and whatnot, but let's go fill in some slots. Now, one of the things that I've been looking at for a long time in the collection log is actually the Gnome restaurant section. From my understanding, this section isn't too terribly difficult to complete, but I've actually never done Gnome delivery stuff before, so I have no idea how to do it. Now, the basic gist is pretty simple. You go over to the Grand Tree, go over to Jan, I guess, Junior, and get a hard task. And you can hope you get assigned one of the proper NPCs that can actually give you some of the collection log stuff. However, as an Iron, I have to make all of the items myself, which is going to probably be the bulk of the time in this collection log. Alright, well, I'm almost done making 5 of everything, and honestly, this has taken me like over an hour. It's actually ridiculous how long it takes to make all this stuff. But it's really weird how in the chat, whenever you make something, it just says creating blank. And it's, I don't know, for some reason that's just very strange to me. It just shows how old and dated this minigame actually is. I really hope that I don't have to make more of anything, because this ended up taking me like over an hour and a half to do all this, which I probably could have done faster, but inventory management when making some of these things is really obnoxious. But I now have 5 of all the foods and all the drinks, and you do have to make them yourself. You can't just buy the pre-made versions before anybody comments that it does not work. You have to make them yourself. Let's go start doing this and hope that maybe, you know, it goes well. Now, one of the other fun, quirky things about Gnome Restaurant is that not every single delivery person can actually give you the unique items. There's only a handful of people that can actually give these items. So until you have the ability to choose your own delivery person, which you get to do later after doing a certain number of tasks, you kind of just have to YOLO it and hope you get lucky. After you do a certain number of deliveries, you get these reward token things, and after you have, I think, 10 of them, you can just pick who you get to deliver to, which makes this process a lot faster. So maybe I'll be done by then. I don't know how long this is actually supposed to take. Now, despite having all these items left over, and all these items in my inventory, I've somehow actually already gone through one of the drinks, the short green guy, all 5 of them. So I don't know if these have weightings that maybe I didn't see, or maybe the wiki didn't say, or I just got really weird RNG by everyone asking for this specific drink. I mean, either way, I have to go make more of them, I guess. Give me that scarf, bro. Yo, he actually did. Let's go. There is the gnome scarf, the first item in the collection log, and of course, the biggest flex of Fashionscape, except for the fact that it's clipping straight through my graceful. Wow, that is a really bad clip. Alright, I mean, it looks better without the graceful helm on anyway. It kind of clips through my face, though, too. Man, this is really a really poorly coded item. But that is a gnome scarf, which is awesome, because I think this is one of the more rare items to get from these, since you can only get it from, like, 2 people or something. So, if I manage to get the goggles before my 40th delivery, getting the last 2 things should not be anywhere near as hard. Also, this thing is worth a cool mil right now, so I'm just saying, man, low levels, this is probably still some decent money, just saying. Alright, so now that I've done enough deliveries, 40 I believe, Jan's not going to give me some different dialogue, and I believe that it will let me pick now. I'm not really sure how this will work. I can just keep changing it like this without getting any penalties until I get the people I want, and luckily for me, Penwee, I don't know how to say that, is one of the people that I want. So I believe I can just cycle through them like that until I get the other 3 rewards. I'm not sure if it's particularly unlucky to only have 1 at this point. I have no idea, but regardless, this should make it a little bit faster now. Yo! Speaking of new items, there we go, finally got another one. The gnome goggles. Looking like an absolute Chad with these ones. And it's actually nice because that means I can knock out the Captain Ninto and Derrican tasks now, because I don't think that these guys give me the other stuff. Hey, there we go. There's the 3rd item, the mint cake. Thank you very much for that one, Wingstone. Honestly, I have no idea what this thing does. I'm pretty sure it's just a random junk food, but I remember that back in the day it was used for scamming people, so... Alright, so the only thing left to get now is the Grand Seed Pod, which is pretty good because I think I can actually get this from 4 different people, and it does look like the hard deliveries are tracked here. I thought I had way more than this, but I guess I'm wrong? I don't know. I mean, I guess I have to be wrong. What? A snake charm? What the fuck is that? I really don't want to have to go make more food because, you know, it's going to be really annoying to have to do that when I only have 1 item left, and it's not that crazy of an item to go for, but we're up to 77 deliveries now, so... You know, we're definitely past the rate considering all these deliveries that I've done since like 50 have been for the person that can actually, or one of the people that can actually give me the item. So hopefully it doesn't take too much longer. Really don't want to have to make new kinds of food or more of the same kinds of food, I guess. Oh, there's my first duplicate mint cake. We're pretty far in at this point. In true anticlimactic fashion, for some reason the very next delivery I think gave me the Grand Seed Pod, and my recorder glitched and didn't show it. But if we click the Gnome Restaurant tab, we now have everything completed in this log in 96 deliveries. I feel like that's not great. Maybe it's decent, I'm not really sure. But the log is green, which is absolutely beautiful. It didn't take nearly as long as some other places, but admittedly it did take a good handful of hours, and it was a bit longer than I expected.
I was taking a look around, trying to figure out what I wanted to do next in here, and then something actually caught my attention. Chompy bird hunting. Now, there's 5 more slots I need to get here, but this is actually a 2-for-1 grind, and I'll tell you why. Now, on top of this hat requiring 4,000 kills, and of course that's going to fill some collection log slots, this is actually a completionist grind because there are different ranks associated with these hats. And once you get 4,000 Chompy kills, you actually get a one-time 30,000 XP bonus. I'm not really sure why this exists, and I don't even know how many players are even aware that this exists. But since it's a one-time action, that is definitely completionist. Of course, let's figure out how many kills we have. It's 1,300. I checked earlier, but I messed the clip up. Don't judge me. About 1,300 kills. Now, I do have some of these ogre arrows in my bank, and you might be thinking, who cares? What's the relevance of the ogre arrows? Well, making brutal arrows is actually just an awful process, and it is incredibly slow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to stick with these ogre arrows. And I can claim them for free at rants once a day. And because I have the elite diary done, I believe I get 150 of them. So if I just do that now and we're about to hit the reset time and do it tomorrow, 450 arrows should at least carry me for like a good handful of hours at Chompy's. And I'm thinking that if I make a comp ogre bow and everything, it might last me even longer than I think it will. Now, brutal arrows are definitely better. They have higher max hits and everything, but they're just a huge freaking nuisance to make, to be honest. So as long as I can hit 10s with the ogre arrows, it really shouldn't matter too much. But maybe if it becomes a problem, I'll just go make some brutal arrows later. Maybe in my downtime or when I'm like eating breakfast or something, I'll just slay a bunch of wolves and chop a bunch of achy trees. First of all, don't look at the screen if you're easily agitated. Those swamp bubbles are a little overwhelming when this is sped up. But this is how this works. You fill up a bunch of these ogre bellows, and then once they're all full, you just get a toad, place a toad, get a toad, place a toad, constantly. And since I have the elite diaries done, I'll be having 2 Chompy birds spawn at the same time every time, which can be a little overwhelming, admittedly. Sometimes there's like 10 to 15 Chompy birds on the screen, and you know what? It's not a big deal, but sometimes they just don't get one hit because of the arrows or just the really terrible accuracy of this bow that I wish I could use something else, but I can kill, like I said, about 300, maybe 400 if I'm really trying per hour. So this is still going to be a very, very long grind for me to get this whole thing done. But you know what? 2 birds with 1 stone, no pun intended. It's completionism as well, so probably worth doing.
I've already noticed quite a bit in these types of situations where there's like 7 Chompies constantly spawn. As you can see, there's literally like 10 living Chompies on my screen right now, and you'll notice I'm really not one-hitting a lot of them with the ogre arrows. So maybe I will go make some brutal arrows, maybe like adamant ones. I have like 50 billion adamant bars in my bank anyway. And even though that might take like an hour or so to make, it's probably going to be worth it so that I don't have anything despawn, which is kind of the thing I'm currently worried about. In fact, I think I just saw one despawn, so. All right, well, it looks like it takes me about 20 minutes to go through a set of my ogre bellows. And I get, well, actually, I got exactly 100 kills. That is interesting. So if I'm getting 100 kills every 20 minutes, my estimate of about 300 kills per hour is more or less correct. I mean, that's not factoring in certain things, like if I'm maybe not paying full attention, or there's probably a slight variability on spawn rates and stuff, but that's not super, super terrible, and at least it means that I have a decent, you know, rate of getting this done. I'll be here for a little over 10 hours, or a little under 10 hours, rather, so that's not super awful. Hey, look at, dude, I'm getting so many of these. I thought the rate was like 1 in 1,000 or something. That is the 3rd Chompy chick pet that I got already. Wow, I'm actually super dumb. I'm sure you guys are probably already yelling at me about this. You don't need wolf bones when you're making brutal arrows. You just need to go chop the achy trees. That actually is so much better. I don't know. I definitely should have done this earlier then. For some reason, I thought you still needed the wolf bones to be chiseled down. So, nah, this is going to be pretty easy. All right, there we go. Adamant brutal arrows, about 600 of them. I'm hoping that'll last me the rest of the grind, but I can always make more because this was only like a 20 or 30 minute venture. It really wasn't that bad. And they have, I'm pretty sure, twice the strength of these. These are range strength 22. These are range strength 45. So yeah, literally just, they're twice as good. Hopefully this will help me one-hit the Chompies way more, and it should make the overpopulation of them a little bit easier to thin out. Hey, look at that. We passed 2,000 Chompy bird kills. It's probably a little less than 300 kills per hour if I'm being realistic here, because, you know, I'm obviously not being incredibly efficient at it. But, you know, it still means that this grind is not as unreasonable as it looks from the outside. Hey, there's another
Chompy pet. That's the 4th one I want to say since I've returned here. So, yep. It's really the only thing that I can track other than, you know, the kills, so. Oh, wow, just logged on and I already got my first pet of the day. Well, once I kill these 2 Chompies here, actually, I don't even think I need to kill these 2 Chompies. I'm just going to check after this shot. I now have 3,061 kills, which is pretty good. We're starting to get up there a little bit more. I'll admit this is definitely not the most interesting grind in the world, but knowing that there's an end in sight and it's not really an RNG-based grind, it's just a time thing, actually makes it a lot easier to do. I don't know if other people share that mentality, but for me, knowing that it's just do this for X amount of time and it'll be done just feels a lot better than do this a million times and you might still not get the item. Alright, I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that after I kill these Chompies right here, and I even got some extra ones, if I could actually land some hits, I had to go back to using Ogre arrows because I ran out of the Adamant Brutal ones. That should be a 30,000 XP drop. There it is. You are an expert dragon archer. This is the highest amount of honor that can be bestowed on any Chompy bird hunter, which officially means I no longer, on this account, ever have to kill these things again. I don't know why I would. I think technically, if we're getting super, super deep in the completionist thing, if I check this, there is a way for it to say lots. Actually, no, I think this is it. I don't think it'll say more than this. Nice. That's really cool. Let's see what happens if I kill one more Chompy. Is it going to go up to 4,001, or does it just stay at 4,000? That is kind of relevant for me to know. Alright, so it does still go up. I think there's a way to make this say lots. I'm not really sure. I'll have to look into it, but right now, that is the farthest thing from my, you know, point of interest. I would consider this to be completionist as it is because there's no ranks above this. Now it's time to head over to Rants and get our helmets, hats, I'm not really sure what they're called, and green out the collection log. You know, I'm going to be 100% honest here and say that if you ever told me, like a few years ago, that on this account I would be killing 4,000 Chompy birds, I would probably just call you crazy. But if we head over to Rants here, I'm probably going to get a slew of different hats, I would assume. I'm not really sure. Yeah, let's just, can I have a hat? Is it just going to give me all of them? Oh yeah, here we go. Here goes the full inventory of hats. Now I should start getting some collection log pop-ups. There they are. So we got, what, like 4 or 5 new ones there, and this is all of the Chompy hats. And if we go over to our collection log and find the Chompy bird hunting, I actually have no idea where this is. Hang on, let me find it. Kind of surprised that's not considered a minigame, to be honest. But as you can see, we have the full green Chompy bird log and 7 Chompy chick pets. I might have missed 1 or 2 of them, like in the recordings when I was doing this, because I'll be real, I was kind of just droning out after a while, but this is a collection log I did not see myself finishing for a minute. I'm not sure where the motivation came from to do it, but I'm pretty happy it's done. You know, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't think this actually looks kind of cool, but in my opinion, it doesn't beat the Crystal Crown. But either way, this was a very interesting grind, as well as were all the grinds I did in this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed them. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel as well, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Iron Completionist content. Peace out, and thank you for your continued support on this series.